Well, hello, hello. I don't know if this is working yet, so I guess we'll find out. I mean, how hard can it be, right? Just to see if it's working. I'm not seeing it's working right now. So, yeah. Apparently I am. Well, Sheem who prefers to be obeyed has asked me if I'm hungry, and it's like, let me think. I might be. Anyway, first things first, I'm just going to make sure that this really, truly is live, because I'm not convinced, I'm not seeing that it is live. And that's annoying me. Let's see, check somewhere here. No, that's not saying that. That's always good. It's always good when we can't tell if we're live or not. Let's try something else. So yeah, if I am live, fantastic. Go ahead and let me know in the comments. But right now, I'm not even seeing the fact that I'm live. Okay, that's telling me I am live. Let's try something else. Hey, I may well be. So live. Yeah, if I am live, fantastic. Go ahead and let me know in the comments. But right now, I'm not even seeing the fact that that's good. So why is so showing up on one of my devices, but not the other? Weird is that? Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and just kick things off, I think. Today's live stream is going to be 1984 campaign. I'm going to give this a whirl. I'm going to use the Los Angeles. It's been a while since I've driven the Los Angeles class, and certainly been a long while since I've driven it in a live stream. And so we'll see how well this works. Hey, that looks like it's working now. Okay. Right. Well, without further ado, let's get stuck in. So let's go here. This will be a campaign. North Atlantic 1994, that works for me. Go ahead and start a new one. We'll do it as a, you know what, just to be safe. I can't remember what my 84 one is, so we'll do a live stream one. Like so. Los Angeles class, yep. And it's a custom install here. We've got Mark 48, fine. Sea Lance, as opposed to Moss. The US Navy didn't really use Mosses that much outside of a boomer. And we most certainly are not in a boomer, so this will do me. Let's hit accept. What am I in? Ah, the longestly named submarine ever. SSN 708, the Minneapolis St. Paul. That's a long name, submarine. Can I go back and choose a different one? It's not that I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with that city. It's a long name. I'm going to forget it. Right, let's try that again. Start this one here. I'm going to call it live stream. Like so. Commander name's Numpty because Numpty. Los Angeles. Well, there we go. We're in the original. SSN 688, the Los Angeles, the oldest. Let's hit accept. Right, so we get a bit of an introduction. Oh, digital things move. Call it Dave. Let's see. Call it Dave. USS. Yeah, that works. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so Reaganism. What will Reaganism mean for US foreign relations? Well, I'm not going to go ahead and read all of this, but the long and short are that the Russians were somewhat suspicious of this cowboy coming into office. Yep, and of course their premier died. And who did they put in place? Well, this is where Cold Wars deviates. Provoking the bears. Reagan pushing too hard. Well, strategic defense initiative or Star Wars, that really was a thing. Are they pushing the Russians too hard? Well, Yeah, and then this very sad effect here that the South Korean airline shot down. It did stray over into Russian territory. That really did happen, and they did shoot it down. So that's that. Pershing deployed in West Germany. Yep, there we go. US servicemen arguing there about, I guess, who's stole the shirt or something. I have no idea. So, what was it? Tactical nuclear missile. It just means it's a slightly smaller warhead. Looks like an F-15C. Yep. Able Archer was real. They really did think that. And then the balloon goes up. So Soviet tanks rush through Fulda Gap across the plains into West Germany, and Bale, this is where we begin. So, mission number 1, it is the 28th of November 1994, so I guess it's round about Thanksgiving. So we've got satellite reconnaissance has revealed an enemy raider group transiting at high speed towards the northern Norwegian coast. Okay, an UNREP force, so that's an underway replenishment force. In other words, tenders, tankers, and soft targets, typically with a surface escort, were ordered to interdict, so it basically intercept and sink them. Warships are secondary objective. Okay, I mean, how hard can this be? So I'm going to go ahead and just kick off. I've got a pretty good idea what's on board, and we'll talk about that when we get going, but I want to try and intercept this underway replenishment supply group. So, that's me heading out to the Norwegian Sea. We don't know where anyone else is. And I'm going to head towards, well, that looks like my target. So we'll slow down here and we'll intercept. Dum dum dum. There we go. Okay. So quick status report. Yeah. So 16 Mark 48s, 2 Sea Lance, 8 Harpoons, and we've got no cruise missiles. So that's the standard layout that I've chosen for the Los Angeles class. Let's get stuck in. Typically these first battles are straightforward. Typically.
On sonar, new contact.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Let's go ahead and adjust my volume a little bit. I think that's probably fine.
Make depth 4, 5 feet, dive by.
No layer to hide behind. Let's take a look at the map. So,
Con sonar, new contact bearing 090. Designated Sierra 3.
so we're side on.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 316. Designated Sierra 4. Con sonar, new contact bearing 217. Designated Sierra 5.
We're side on to whatever this is. That looks like a
Con
trawler.
sonar, Sierra 3 is classified as merchant.
There's a lot around me. That is interesting. I told the crew to get me to periscope depth. I may not pop the periscope up. I may not want to do that. We could do with identifying these escorts though, which we'll do. And there might be an air asset in the area, so I don't necessarily want to. Definitely surface. I just pushed F2 there. Gives you an idea of what the target is. Just an idea. That sounds.
Dive at 4, 5 feet, dive by.
That's a surface contact. Is this? Oh, there we go. It's a merchant. Okay.
Con sonar, Sierra 5 is classified as merchant.
So I should go back to the map and take a look at what target's pinging me and just go and identify that. But that's a cannon. Okay.
Con sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as escort.
Well, cannons are not to be trifled with, really. Okay, this should be straightforward, I think. Part of me wants to use harpoons. Cannon does have close in, yes it does. But down the throat is a completely legit technique to use. Down the throat, in other words, it's coming right at me, so just go ahead and fire at it. Now the downside is, it's pretty much detected where I am. That 19 decibels return is not good. Should have been paying attention to that. I got a little slack because
Depth 150 feet, dive I.
it's the first mission. Oh, wait a second.
Make depth 45 feet, dive I.
I think I maybe want to pop the radar up and see exactly where this is, because it might be a lot closer than we think. And I'm also going to push F4, listen for air assets. Yep.
Con, dive at 45 feet, dive I.
That's not good. That's a bear. Air assets are not always fun to tackle. Well, they're never fun to tackle, let's face it. So as soon as I go ahead and get my torpedo out on the way, this bear is going to be coming at me. Let's take a look at Sierra 5. That's Norwegian, I believe. So we don't really want to trifle with this guy. We don't want to sink him, is more accurate. Well, it's got one torpedo on the way.
Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
One missile loaded, even, I should say, not torpedo. The nice thing about using missiles is that they're fast, and if you've got an undefended target, in this case a resupply ship, it's got no defense really against the incoming missile. Now the warship does, and depending on the location of the cannon versus the Dubner, if I fire at the Dubner, the cannon's close-in weapon support, in other words those 30mm cannons that litter the decks, are going to destroy my incoming harpoon. So I'll waste a harpoon shot. So I really don't want to necessarily fire a harpoon without knowing its location. Let's see. So 84, just commissioned, 9 months training on a Scorpion, or the Scorpion. Wow. And then seconded. Oh no, never mind. That's the army vehicle. 2 years on exchange. Okay.
Con, torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
Yeah, in what was West Germany, with little training, I think that, I don't know whether that's true of all the British armed forces, but you're not that far from what you suppose are a bunch of angry Russians, or East Germans. Yeah, good times indeed. I still get goosebumps hearing the tornado warning in Texas that sounds just so much like the Russians are coming, kiss your ass goodbye alert. Water's cold, send help. I know, Zach. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a big rig inside my boat here. I mean, it would fit, probably, but I don't think we're going to get it out. Alright, let's pop my sensors and cause all sorts of havoc.
Up scope.
Oh, yeah, I think I'm going to try one. Right.
Down scope.
So I need to get down here, so to speak.
Make turn. Con sonar, we are cavitating. Come
So,
right to 0.
here's me
5,
harpoon,
3,
and I am
5.
heading down to the deck, and that is the bear who...
Passing 100 feet.
yeah,
Con sonar,
he...
lost contact. Master 5. Last bearing 187.
He's on his
Contact
way
is
to
in the
come and
back.
get me.
200 feet. Make depth 950 feet, dive I.
that would be too deep,
Passing
David.
300 feet.
Okay, come on, get him.
Con sonar, lost contact. Master 1. Last bearing 051. Contact faded. Con sonar, lost contact.
Oh, that's not
Master
good.
3. Last bearing 086. Contact faded.
I think he can probably hear me
Con
now.
sonar, no longer cavitating.
Alright, I actually feel like using a harpoon to go for the
Passing 600 feet.
resupply boat.
Make turns for 10 knots.
Because
Maneuvering
I can hear him, and all I have to do is just
Passing 500 feet.
get out of the way of the bear for long enough. And bears are nasty.
Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
I mean,
Passing 400 feet.
where's the
Con
one?
sonar, regained contact on. Master 1. Bearing.
Make depth 150 feet.
Make turns for 15 knots. Maneuvering aye.
I mean, where's the Royal Navy when you need them, right? No, not the Royal Navy. I'm the Royal Navy. Where's the Royal Air Force when you need them? Come on, guys. Yeah, so it'd be nice to have. I guess 84 would be Lightning and or
Con
Phantom.
sonar, we are cavitating.
Would be great to have them intercept this bear, but and he's at low level. He's an easy target.
10.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
Yeah, the whole surfacing. If they want to talk things over, that I've tried that before, and
Con maneuvering making turns for 10 knots.
They introduced me to their little buddy, Mr. Shooty, and Mr. Shoot.
Dive at 150 feet. Dive
How
by.
about Captain? I look like this. I want to get up to 20 knots, I
Make
think.
turn.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Yep, that's why.
Con sonar,
Con maneuvering, making turns for. Make turns for 20
Okay.
knots.
So what happened now
Maneuvering
is I fired off my
high. Con
Passing 200 feet.
my harpoon, and he dropped a torpedo on me. So I'm gonna.
Passing 300.
con sonar, no longer. Con sonar, torpedo in the water, torpedo in the water, bearing 198.
I'm gonna head the other way. This torpedo's on my butt, which is fine.
Passing 500 feet.
I mean, I've had worse, which just sounds terrible. So I've got down to depth. That's going to stop myself from
Passing
cavitating.
600 feet.
I don't really feel like skimming the seabed right now. We're going to run away from this torpedo. And there's no shame in running away from a torpedo. We can't outrun it. Let's just check where my harpoon is. Oh, well, look at that. Hello, boys. Kaboom.
Con sonar, lost contact. Master 2, last bearing 070. Contact breaking up.
Don't really want you resupplying your submarines in my watch, thank you so much. Right, so I can't outrun this torpedo, but what I can do is give him a knuckle. It helps if I get to 33
make
knots
turns
though.
for 3 knots. Maneuvering
You
high.
numpty. I wasn't even going quickly enough. Well, that's bad
Con
news.
sonar, regained contact on. Master 5, bearing 182.
84, the tornadoes. Were they? Yeah, you know what? They were in
Knuckle
service.
formed.
They were in service in 84, you're right.
Con sonar, lost contact. Master 3, last bearing 089. Contact faded.
But really, I was wanting something
Con
to,
sonar, lost contact.
Con knuckle formed.
something to shoot down this bear, or at least shake the fist at him so he will decide to go somewhere else.
Con knuckle formed.
Con sonar, torpedo in the water, torpedo in the water, bearing 208.
It's a 1500 yard sensor range on that torpedo.
Con knuckle formed.
Bear doesn't carry unlimited torpedoes, which is good. And I've got a couple of most amazing decoys over here, which I'm likely to be able to reach at this stage, because yes. Let's give him another knuckle.
Con knuckle formed.
Knuckle is just a mix of not compressed. It's I think it's squeezed air, and it forces some of the oxygen or some of the gas out of the air, causes this little bubble that torpedoes can't really see through it.
Con knuckle formed.
And let's not forget that he may drop depth charges on me, or another top. Oh, he went right over the top. Yeah, I ought to not forget about that. Oh, it's right on top of me as well. Up here somewhere. There it is. Okay.
Con knuckle formed.
So that's 3 torpedoes, one of which is, thank goodness, I guess its sensor range was about 1500 yards, and so it's lost me. The other one's not detected me yet, which is nice. And if I can keep going, yeah, this thing's going to turn around and detect me, but okay. Give it another knuckle, and if it turns away immediately, I've got a chance of it
Con knuckle formed.
basically not. Yeah, it's not doing it. So torpedoes' behavior against knuckles is variable. Sometimes they will immediately turn away once they detect your knuckle.
Con sonar, torpedo in the water, bearing 281.
And sometimes they will
Con knuckle formed.
head towards the location of the knuckle and keep going. And in this case, it is keeping going, which is bad. I think it depends on the programming. Yeah, I think you're right. I think the German IDS tornadoes, or whatever they were called, would love to have a chance at a bear, but I also can't imagine them
Con knuckle formed.
deliberately going for one. I mean, they're only equipped with sidewinders, and they had an effective range of about a mile, and that's probably, and the head-on shot might work, But you don't want to get behind the bear. I mean, many reasons why you want to get behind the bear.
Con, knuckle formed.
But I think there's 4 very pointy reasons why you don't want to get behind the bear. And so you could try and use the cannon. You'd have to do a side-on, maybe strafing run. Those cannons point down quite a bit on the bomber version of the Tornado.
Con, knuckle formed.
So you'd have to maybe pull up and just rake it with cannon fire, which would be pretty effective. I mean, well, a 27mm shot, a shell striking a bear would probably cause a bit of a mess
Con,
of it.
knuckle formed.
I actually don't like the fact that this bear is overflying my exact location, but I also don't like the fact that I'm being chased by 2 torpedoes right now. Another knuckle. Oh,
Con, knuckle formed.
that's very bad. That was right on me. Did it get me? No. How did it not get me? But I got to change my depth now because, like I say, this bear's right on me. Empty mistakes. No. It's okay. Please don't shut up. It's good to have a topic to talk about because I get bored of hearing myself
Con, knuckle formed.
after a while. I'm going to change my depth quite rapidly here. Go ahead and
Passing 600 feet.
lose a couple 100 feet, and then we're going to straighten up like so.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
All right, so we're a little bit to the side, and then we'll drop down just a little bit. All right.
Con, knuckle
There are
formed.
more depth charges behind me. I can see them flittering down. But they're some distance away, which is
Con
nice.
sonar, no longer cavitating.
Con, knuckle
I'm
formed.
gonna knuckle this torpedo. Side on the knuckles don't tend to work very well because you're still a pretty big target. The Americans hadn't invented aneroic coating by 84. The Brits had.
Con, knuckle formed.
Aneroic coating being the way that sort of typically used like a rubber mat that sits on the boat and absorbs
Con,
sonar.
knuckle formed.
Very effective at, or I say very effective. It's
Passing
effective
600 feet.
at reducing your active
Con,
sonar
knuckle formed.
return. So a torpedo. No, look at that. We managed to get that torpedo to look away again immediately. Let's try it again.
Con, knuckle
See
formed.
if that worked. It did. All right. I really want to head towards the cannon, or the wreckage of the cannon, but I also want to throw this torpedo off, and throw the bear off.
Con, knuckle formed.
I'm going to cavitate here, but that's okay.
Passing 600 feet.
Actually, he's a little thrown off
Con
at this
sonar,
point.
we are cavitating.
Con, knuckle formed.
Okay, so we're almost at the cannon. Oh, that was good. Can we see?
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
Yeah, now I know from experience that skimming the wreck doesn't tend to work so well. What I gotta
Con,
do
knuckle formed.
is, yeah,
Passing 600 feet.
the bears are losing where I am, and this torpedo is also being a little less effective as well. With this amount of noise in the water, it's hopefully throwing off their sensors. Now, it doesn't help me
Con, knuckle formed.
evade them, but it helps make it difficult for them to actually target me, which is good. We like not being targeted.
Con, knuckle formed.
Is that? What was that? Was that stuff blowing up again? Yeah, he doesn't know where I am. Oh, well, I'm saying that he could still target me.
Con, knuckle formed.
Hey, okay, so that blew up. So rapid change of course, and then I'm going to drop down to 10 knots.
Make
Like
turn
so.
for 10 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Let's see if we can slip away. Now I could do the ultra silent thing, but the problem with ultra
Con
silent
sonar regained contact on Master 3, bearing 094.
is that at 5
Con
knots.
sonar regained contact on Master 5, bearing 1 8, 9.
is that at five knots, if they overfly you, you really...
Con maneuvering, making turns for 10 knots.
I don't want to use the term snookered, but you've got nowhere to go. You can't maneuver at 5 knots. You're not that exactly maneuverable at 10 knots, but you are more maneuverable. I don't see where he's gone. Oh, I can hear him. I think. Let's switch back to him. Let's see. Can I see me? There he is. So if he overflies me, let's accelerate time here, I think. I lost him. Where'd he go? He may have given up the chase. I think he probably has. Let's see if we can escape. Yes, we can. Alright. Great. Well, a successful first mission. So let's see. Blow pipe available to take on the bear. That'd scare them. Yep. I can shake my fist. I'm kind of between Norway and Russia. I think it's kind of the North Cape. Let me go back here and show the location if I can. No, I can't really. Yeah, kind of. This is Norway. These are the fjords. So we're east of Sosus, at least. Right, let's go ahead and leave the combat. Okay, so we got the escort and we got the Dubner. I'm glad that that's the real deal. The Navy moves in. Okay. Well, that's a positive impact on the campaign so far. Which is good. No, not quite. It's not quite Jutland. Let me go through here. Okay. More tenders and tankers, and this is going from for somewhere in the Barents Sea. Yeah, that's not fun because it's shallow water. Find and sink this group before it completes replenishment of enemy forces. Yeah, those missions are never fun. Alright, so here we are. We're still on friendly forces at least. Of course, where is the... That's probably not the enemy. My primary target. What I'm going to do now is move around the strategic map and kind of avoid those patrols if I'm able to. And that's not always possible. That may be... Oh, that's bad news. So that may be my primary target, or I may be intercepted. And of course I'm doing 20 knots, which means I'm going to be pretty visible. So as soon as this battle opens, I'm going to get my speed right down, and potentially my depth. I'm probably not at 600 feet. I don't know what's intercepted me. So we will preload a harpoon and a sea lance. Because what could possibly go wrong here, right?
Con sonar.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Alright, I'm at 430 feet. So I'm going to get my depth up to, actually...
Con sonar, new contact bearing 2.
Passing 400 feet.
a couple of hundred feet, I think. Just in case they are
Make
warships.
depth 400 feet. Dive by.
Okay. So let's sum out 3 contacts so far. Okay, let's see what they are. That looks like a
Con
submarine.
sonar, new contact bearing 270. Designated Sierra 4.
I'm going to say submarine, but I think that well, it's not, it's a blue whale. This looks like a submarine. No, I don't think it is though, it's pinging me. Oh, it's a Udaloy.
Con sonar, Sierra 2 is classified as escort.
Those guys are bad news. That's the
Come right to 259 Helm I.
the nastiest kind of anti-submarine warfare. And a cannon again.
Con sonar, Sierra 3 is classified as escort.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Udaloys. They are they're bad news. he is, he's got, well, all three classes of weapon that are particularly dangerous to me. So he's got,
Con, dive at 200 feet, dive I.
he's got wire-guided torpedoes, he's got air-dropped torpedoes, and he's got 6,000-yard capable rocket launch depth charges. None of these are good news for me. Now I, of course, have
Make depth 150 feet, dive I.
the down-the-throat harpoon. That's quite, it can be a good technique against those warships, depending how close they are together. Plus I've got this loose nut at the wheel. Time to pretend to buy from New Zealand. Well, so what time is it in New Zealand? I guess, what are you, 10 hours
Con,
ahead?
helm, steady course.
So it's going to be the morning. So 4 in the morning? I don't know, that is 10 hours. Well, thanks for saying hello. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Okay. So options here. No. Option number one
Dive at 150 feet, dive I.
is to, well, you know what? The Eloy can see me on his active sonar. Look at that. 32 decibels return. So the bottom right of the screen, you've got your sonar computer. And his active return is 32 decibels on his active.
Make depth 5 feet, dive
And
I.
I think I pretty much know where he is. Okay, down the throat we go.
Shoot 2-4. Aye, sir.
He's firing a wire-guided torpedo,
Con,
so
come right to 348. Helm I.
I have reason to not be here, but I'm also going to try another a speculative shot against the cannon.
Shoot 2-3. Aye, sir.
I might find that I get this guy, or at least one of them. Let's get my depth down to 400 feet. I'll lose my towed
Make
array,
depth 400 feet, dive I.
but he already knows where I am. So there's no point in really worrying about it too much.
Make turns.
Oh.
3 9.
Con sonar, we are cavitating. Con sonar, torpedo in the water, torpedo in the water, bearing 258.
So good news and bad news. The good news is that we got something, I think. I don't know quite what, but something was burning on the horizon.
Passing 200 feet.
Maybe. I got the cannon at least. Actually, to be fair, that might be my missile blowing up. So yeah, we got something. Got the cannon, I think. But
Con, torpedo room.
Con sonar, lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 257. Contact.
Con, knuckle formed.
looks like the Uniloy is still Uniloying around. So that's not good. And I didn't check for air assets. I'm going to suppose that there are.
Con sonar, lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 283. Contact faded.
Con, knuckle formed.
So we might have to kill this guy with a torpedo. I don't really want to try and sneak away because he's bad news. Let's straighten up and just F4 it, see if we have any air assets around. At least one helo. Okay, just the one helicopter. And that helicopter is close enough to be a concern. .mod does a better effort at showing me where the enemy helicopters are. The stock or the near stock doesn't do that.
Con, knuckle formed.
Right, I'm gonna turn towards the Utiloy, see if I can get a better idea of him.
Con, torpedo room. Tube 3 ready.
Con, maneuvering. Making turns for 3 knots.
Con, knuckle formed.
Okay, I'm gonna have to turn away from this torpedo, unfortunately. And I guess I didn't sink the cannon, and they don't always get sunk by a single harpoon. It's nice when they do,
Con, knuckle formed.
but generally speaking, you got to be a little lucky with something like a cannon. To be fair, if anything's got point defense, you've got to be lucky to kill it anyway. Point defense is by no means, well, I would say bulletproof, but it's not missile proof. But it
Con, knuckle formed.
can make a huge difference to how survivable a warship is. There's one particular class of Russian warship that doesn't have close-in weapon system, and if you have a harpoon,
Con, knuckle formed.
it's an easy victim. Something blew up then. Oh, let's see if we can tell what it was. Well, not really. We know that the cannon's on fire, but it's still burning, so it shouldn't be effective right now. That's an unpleasant splashing sound.
Con, sonar, torpedo in the water, torpedo in the water, bearing 3, 4, 5.
Sneaky little bastards.
Con, sonar, torpedo in the water, bearing 2, 5, 7.
In the words of C-3PO, I have decided we're going to head east. Or at least that's I imagine what he would say.
Con, knuckle formed.
And possibly east with a slice of south, because they're most definitely pushing me east. Which is completely fine. I mean, I can go east, I can go west.
Con, knuckle formed.
I would rather not be going away from them if I'm going to engage with a torpedo, but it's fine. Okay, thank goodness. So
Con, knuckle formed.
that torpedo we've just detected to my southwest is likely the USET-80, which is wire guided, and it's got a 3,000 yard detection range. So I'm being boxed in. Clever bad guys.
Con, knuckle formed.
So the USET-80
Con,
is
sonar, torpedo in the water, bearing 0, 1, 6.
is bad news because it's got a lot more fuel than the other torpedo types and a much bigger warhead. I would likely be okay
Con, knuckle formed.
if one of these torpedoes were to strike me, the airdrop torpedo. They're a light torpedo. They probably won't sink me. They'll just ruin my day. But if the USET-80 hits me, I may or may not survive.
Con, knuckle formed.
So I want to try and defeat this approaching torpedo in a head-on shot, which is going to be risky as I'll get out. There, I said something American.
Passing 300 feet.
Hey, it worked so far. Quick
Passing
noise,
300
quick noise
feet.
maker. Let's see if that's going to work. Oh, it might not have worked. Nope, didn't work. Bugger.
Flooding in the engine room.
Con,
Well-
sonar, regained contact on Sierra.
Passing 100 feet.
That ruined my day.
Con, sonar, we are cavitating.
Damage control parties. Lay to the engine room.
At least I still have full propulsion, but a great big hole in my side. Okay, I'm sorry to be confusing
Con,
everyone with
sonar,
these
regained contact on Sierra 3, bearing 2, 6, 8.
views. Okay, come on, get you that.
Con,
that
sonar,
down.
regained contact on Sierra 1, bearing 2, 5, 6.
I just realised something. That was a short campaign. Alright chaps, everyone out. We may have got one up the... I did get the Udaloy and I did sink the cannon, but they got me, and am I going to get rescued? Let's find out. Quite how I survived that, I don't really know. Oh, I do know actually why. The Udaloy was damaged, he was probably on fire, and the cannon was sunk, so... Okay, that was a very schoolboy way to lose the original Los Angeles class boat. I am clearly the worst submarine driver out there right now, and that's really bad news. Yeah. Alright, well, let's go ahead, and I think I need to be in a different vessel now. I don't think the US Navy will trust me to have another Los Angeles, but I could just put random, and it might transfer me to the Royal Navy, or it might put me in the skipwreck of another Los Angeles. So I'm going to go ahead and do random, because I don't think I merit choosing another Los Angeles. So let's see what it gives me. A Sturgeon, USS Tunney. Okay, I like the Sturgeon. 682. All right. Well, let's give that a go. So what have we got? West Germany has fallen. Oh, poop sticks. Who is enjoying shore leave while we make ready for depart? Okay, there we go. So, more tenders. Oh, it's the same mission. I don't... Yeah, I suspect I'm not going to be able to get to this. I think I can see my target, though. I don't think I reached it. I got intercepted by an escort. I could do with not tangling with these anti-submarine warfare patrols that are floating around the Norwegian Sea. And because I'm not doing so well in the campaign, they're rather more numerous. Okay, let's skip round here. Happy to take on the enemy submarines. Really want to hack it up north and go for the resupply. Yep, that got their attention. No surprises there. Ah! Yep. Okay. Failed that mission. Okay. Well, that's a SSG or an SSGN cruise missile submarine taking on presumably more cruise missiles. That's bad. More landing ships, and they're heading towards Trondheim in Norway. Okay. I quite enjoy tackling amphibious landing ships. There's usually got a pretty plentiful escort, but as long as I've got harpoons on board, they're not that bad to deal with. I'm about to get intercepted as well, I'm sure. Well, maybe not. Right, Trondheim is almost due south of me, directly due south. Lots of patrols between me and them. But I think if I smuggle myself here on the Sosus line, if that approaching cluster of ships to my east are the bad guys, which they are, I can intercept them in deeper water. And that's very useful. Let's see what we've got. 12 Mark 48s, 3 Sea Lance and 8 harpoons. Okay. Excuse me. I feel like giving them some harpoons. Yeah. So, a down the throat technique here. This can be effective against even heavily armed, heavily defended Soviet groups. You pop up your radar, you say, "Hello chaps." The warships typically go right for you. Some of them decide that they have heard about you and they're going to go somewhere else. And then when they're coming right at you, you choose the isolated warship and you give him a harpoon, or the lead ship. And sometimes down the throat, you hit him head on. And if you take out a couple of the warships, if there's 3 or 4 escorting the landing ships, they're easy pickings. So I'll fire off the 4 harpoons, switch to Mark 48s for finish off any escorts, and then clear up the remaining landing ships with the remaining 4 harpoons. That's my plan of action. What could possibly go wrong?
On sonar, new contact.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Okay, and I'm in deep water, which is good. And there's a layer.
On sonar, new contact. Bear.
Con, dive at 4-5 feet, dive by.
I'm gonna go ahead and pop up my sensors. Oh, that's a
Con
lot.
sonar, master 1 is classified as escort.
Kara is bad news. 4 escorts and 3 landing ships. Now, the reason why I'm doing nothing right now is I really want these boats to come at me. Okay, the Kashin's gonna come at me, so you can have one of these.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
The Kara, he's thinking better of it. He's decided he wants to go somewhere else. Oh, the Kashin's got no point defense. That's good. But problem there is, no, I think I should be okay actually.
Shoot 2-2. Aye, sir.
Cannon's got point defense, but I can take out the 2 lead warships, and then the other 2 will decide to go somewhere else. Oh, hello, sweetheart. I'm in the U.S. Navy, so depending on who's commander in chief, it's Reagan in this scenario. Thank you. I would kiss you, but you probably hit the boom mic, so I know.
Did you try chicken sound again?
Sure. That's a very good chicken sound. That was actually pretty insane. Thank you so much. I love you too, and I guess you'll be back in the hour for round 2. Okay. All right. Let's see.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Right, so I am still sitting here on the surface, and they're firing back at me. Yeah, okay, that's what we figured. I'm actually going to have a go at 2 of these.
Shoot 2-3. Aye, sir. Shoot 2-4. Aye, sir.
Now I need to be somewhere else.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Right, so what that little distraction really is some food arriving for me, which is most amazing. But what's happening now is they are launching at me.
Passing 100 feet.
Kaboom. See, when the Cashin's got no point defense, you really
Passing 200 feet.
do make a mess of them. This is a harpoon.
Con sonar, lost contact.
Passing 300 feet.
Hopefully going for one of the
Passing 400 feet.
landing
Con
ships.
sonar, no longer cavitating.
And then
Passing 500 feet.
that's a missile
Con
carrying
sonar, lost.
Passing 600 feet.
a torpedo, which is on my way to
Passing
come get me.
700 feet.
It's just one of them.
Con, torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
And there's another one being launched there. Okay.
Passing 800 feet.
Did we just damage this Cashin? We did. He's damaged. He's on fire, but he's. So I think if they're on fire, they're not still fighting. But he might be about to find another harpoon up his jacksie. Or not. I don't know. Where'd it go? Still coming in.
Con
Oh.
sonar, torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water. Bearing 0, 1, 2.
Con, knuckle formed.
Oh, not again.
Flooding in the engine room.
Con, knuckle formed.
Are you kidding me?
Passing 7.
Con sonar, torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water. Bearing 3, 2, 2.
That's just rude.
Passing 500 feet.
That's just. So what happened there was it got dropped right on my head and struck me almost immediately. So way to go, David. You managed to
Con, knuckle formed. Passing
cost
500
the American taxpayer billions and billions of dollars of avoidable damages. Alright, well at least I can knuckle this thing away, right? Right?
Con, knuckle formed.
Maybe. Maybe. So we can accomplish my mission here if we
Con, knuckle formed.
sink 2 of the escorts, and right now we've got 1 of them that I know of. So
Con, torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
I need to survive a little bit longer. I can't believe I got hit by another missile. Another
Con, knuckle
UGMT-1.
formed.
I usually play a little better than this. A lot better than this.
Con sonar, torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water. Bearing 0, 6, 8.
Looks like something else got hit, but I don't know quite what. Yeah, I'm not able to detect what it was. I'm going to go for a bit more depth here. I know my hull is
Passing 600 feet.
compromised, but I'm sure it's fine. Right?
Passing 700 feet.
I mean, it might not be, but I'm sure it's going to
Passing
be
800 feet.
okay.
Con, knuckle formed.
I'm kind of a bit of a
Passing 900 feet.
sticky situation here. I could do with getting away from these torpedoes as best I can.
Passing 1,000 feet.
I don't really want to go exceed my test depth by that much,
Passing 1,100 feet.
if at all.
Con, knuckle formed.
We'll do a little bit of that. Okay, so we know we've got 2 on me. And looks like there were 4. So if only 2 are tracking me, that's actually pretty good going, I think.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 2. Last bearing 087. Contact breaking up.
That's the Kashin succumbing to her damage.
Depth 1300 feet, dive high. Con, knuckle formed.
And I don't feel bad taking out the Kashin. The crew had time to get off, which was good. So we know we've taken out 1 escort.
Con, knuckle formed.
That only leaves 3. Wow. And my boat's all busted up. I mean, how big is this hole, and why is my knuckle not doing anything about this approaching torpedo? Oh, I mean... Okay. I mean, words fail me. Well, I think the moral of the story here is that war really is a terrible thing. And 2 mistakes, 2 wrongs don't make a right. And I got my butt handed to me, and I was overconfident, and I'm dead. So I think I'll close the live stream at this point, because I could go back in and have another go, but I don't know, it feels a bit disingenuous. So yeah, thanks ever so much for hanging out with me tonight for a brief foray into cold waters. You got to watch me get my ass handed to me. That's always good. And you got to watch Russia roll over Western Europe. So let's hope this isn't repeated some 40-something years later. Wow, that was pretty disappointing. Well, anyway, thanks so much for hanging out. Like I say, hope you got something from this, even if it's how not to play Cold Waters. And hopefully, I'll see you the next time.